This is a question of time and work asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2022. 24 men and 12 women can do a piece of work in 30 days. Right. So 24 men and 12 women complete a piece of work in how many days? 30 days. In how many days can 12 men and 24 women do the same piece of work? Right. So this equation is given and this is asked. Right. If the change is same, right, the ratio of or the proportion of change is same, then we can make some inference like from here 24 to 12. So the man is becoming half, but here the women are becoming twice, right? But suppose this would have been 6, this would have been 12 women plus 12 men plus 6 women. So what would have been the answer? The answer will be the double of this, right? Because we reduce the workforce, right? So it will get doubled here, right? Because the workforce is just half of the previous one, right? But here they have decreased the man but increased the woman, and we don't know the relationship between man and woman, like who is more efficient, man or woman. We don't know that, or they may be equal. So we cannot infer anything from this single equation, right? We could have infer information if the ratio of change have been same, right? As I told you, like it could have been like 1 by 3, or the change on the this side with man and woman have been in the same proportion, then we could have made some inference, but now we can't make any inference. So the answer would be the data is inadequate to draw any conclusion, right? So this will be the best possible answer. So its answer is option D, right? This is a question of simple linear equation, right, asked by UPSC in their CSAT exam of 2022. On one side of a 1.01 kilometer long road, 101 plants are planted at an equal distance from each other. What is the total distance between the 5 consecutive plants? Right, so there is a road, right? The length of road is 1.01 kilometer. We will convert it into meter, so that it will become, in 1 kilometer we have 1000 meter, right? Now it's converted into 1000 meters, so it will become 1010.00, right? So this is a road from here to here, right? So now we have to plant 101 plants, right? 101 plant we have to plant in this, right? So just understand one concept. Suppose this is a road and I have to plant 3 trees, right? So I will plant like this at equal distance. So the gap is here and here, so I have to plant 3 trees, right? And the gap will be how much? The gap will be 2, right? Or you can assume like 1 tree we planted here, so now we have to plant 2 trees. So at what distance? So we will divide the total distance by 2, right? So similarly here we have to plant 101 tree, right? So the gap will be 100, so we will divide the total distance 1010 with 100, right? So it will come out, because we have to plant them at equal distance, right? So this is given, so the distance will be how much? It will be 10.10, right? So this will be the distance between any 2 consecutive tree, right? Plant or tree. But the question is asking the distance between 5 consecutive plants. So suppose I am here planting 5. First we planted here, second, third, fourth, fifth. So the total distance will be this much. How many gaps? 4 gaps. As I told you here, if I want to plant 3 trees, so the gap will be 2, right? So similarly here they are asking for 5, so we will multiply with this distance. This one distance is 10.1, right? So the total will be 10.1, 10.10.1, 10.1. So this will become Otherwise you can add them all, otherwise you can multiply it with 4. So it will come out 40.4. Right, so this is the total distance between 5 consecutive plant. Right, so option B will be the correct answer. Right, I hope you आपको समझ आ गया होगा. Okay, if you guys still have some issues in this, so you can connect with us. Okay, this is a question from permutation and combination chapter asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022. A, B, C are three places such that there are three different roads from A to B. Right, so from A to B, how many roads are possible? 3. Right, 4 different roads from B to C. Suppose C is here. So how many roads are possible from B to C? 4. Right, and 3 different roads from A to C. Right, so this is like this. Okay, and from A to C, how many roads are possible? 3. Right, in how many different ways can one travel from A to C using these roads? So हमें find out करना है कि in how many ways a person can move from A to C, right? So this is a simple question of multiplication. If you remember how we do it, from A to B there are how many ways to go? 3. And then from B to C how many? 4. So total way from going A to C through B, right? So how many possibilities are there? 12, right? So we are going via B. In these 12 possibilities we are using B. Now directly also from A to C we can go in how many ways? 3 ways. This is already given, right? There are 3 roads, first, second, third, right? So directly how many ways we can go? 3 ways. So total ways will be how many? 12 plus 3. So there are total 15 ways from A to C, right? So we have to find different ways only, right? So the answer is option C. So this is the answer. Right, so इस टाइप की प्रॉब्लम में जब भी होता है what we will do, we multiply. Like from here A to B we can choose this road and this road. If we are going through this road, then after reaching B we are having how many possibilities? 4 possibility. Similarly, if we are going with this one, how many possibility? 4. If we are going with this one, again 4 possibility. That's why we multiply, right? So there are 12 possibility and 3 are direct way. So total are 15 ways. Okay, so this is a question of series asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022. So this series they have given, right? So here they are not asking about the missing term, right? Which letter occupied the 100 position? This is very good questions and very few people was able to solve it in the exam, right? So what is happening, like this series is giving, so they are asking this is at first position, second, third, right? So at third position we are having B. So similarly there will be 100 position. So at that 100 position which letter is will come? So they are asking that thing, right? So first of all we should understand what they are asking, right? If you got this, now we will see what the pattern this sequence is following. We will see this is A, then we have AB, then we have ABC, right? Then ABCD. So if you are seeing that one term is increasing every time, right? So first is one term, then two term, then 3 terms will come, then 4 terms, then 5 letter, right? Because these are letters. Then 5 letter will come in this series, then 6 letter will come, then 7 letter will come, and then we have to add them, right? Then we have to count all these, right? So how which formula we can use to count all these? Suppose in this way we are going, then 7, then 8 letter will come, then 9 letter will come, then 10 letter will come. Suppose like in the 10 letter we will get the 100 position, right? We are assuming it. So what formula we can use? We can use the formula of, because we have to take the total, right? So total we can use the formula of addition of natural number. So there is one formula for addition of natural number which are in this form, right? Till n. So the formula is n plus 1 by 2. So this formula we will use here, right? So this is the same thing. We have to count all and we have to add them. So suppose there are till here. So what I will do? first and 2, 3. So total will be 3. Similarly, till 10 I am going. So how many numbers we got? So this will be 10, 10 plus 1 by 2. So this will be 5, right? This will be 11. So 11 into 5 is equal to 55. So we reached only till 55, right? So this is not sufficient क्योंकि हमें तो 100 पोजीशन चाहिए. So we have to add, we have to then move ahead 11 letter, then 12 letter, right? Then 13 letter. तो यहाँ पे गैस करके ही आपको देखना पड़ेगा कि 10 तक तो नहीं आ रहा है. So let's try for 13. 13 के लिए ट्राई करते हैं. तो 13 into 13 plus 1 14, right, by 2. So this will be 7. 13 into 7 will be 91. So we have reached till 91, right? So next 91 plus 14 will come because till 13 we have reached. So if I will add 14 in this, then it will be, we will go 100 को पार कर जाएंगे, पर हमें तो 100 पोजीशन वाला चाहिए, राइट? सो वी विल 100 पोजीशन 91 तक हम आ गए, राइट? 91 के बाद क्या होगा? सीरीज विल अगेन स्टार्ट विद ए, राइट? सो हमें कितने नंबर और चाहिए? 9 नंबर और चाहिए. सो सीरीज ए से स्टार्ट होगी, बी सी डी ई, राइट, एफ जी. In this way series will go. So in this alphabetical series, if you know directly which letter will come on the 9th position, then you can write directly. Otherwise you can write A B C D E F G H I J, and then you can count first, second, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So at the 9th position, this is at the 9th position because 91 we have already reached, right? So this is at the 91 position. So this is 100 position in this series. So at the 100 position there will be an I. So the answer will be option B. So this is the answer, right? So option B is the correct answer, right? तो यहाँ पे ये जो चीज है 13 14, ये यहाँ पे आपको करके देखना पड़ेगा, right? जैसे मैंने स्टार्टिंग 10 से किया, right? So 55 आ गया था. So you can guess 55 plus 11 plus 12 in this way. Okay. This is the question of average asked in UPSC CSAT exam 2022. The average weight of ABC is 40 kg. So what is given? The average weight. So this is the formula of average weight, and this is equal to what? 40. So ABC will be equal to what? A plus B plus C will be equal to 120, right? The average weight of BD is 42. B plus D plus E. This is the formula of average, right? This is given 42. So B plus D plus E will be equal to what? It will be equal to 42 into 3 is equal to 126, right? So now one more thing is given, that the weight of F is equal to B. What is the average weight of A, B, C, D, E, F? So now the question is asking average of what? All these items, A plus B plus C plus D plus E plus F, right? Upon how many items are there? 6, right? So A plus B plus C we know from this equation, right? So it will be 120. We have D plus E, right? And F is equal to B. So F is equal to B. So this B will get converted into F, and this will be D plus E, because this is given that B and F weights are equal. So it will be 126. So this will be 126 upon 6. So this will be equal to 642 by 6. Right? यहाँ तक समझ आ गया कि नहीं? I hope you all understood, right? So the average weight will be equal to 41 kg, right? So this is our answer. So option C is the answer, right? This is a question from Permutation and Combination chapter asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022. In a tournament of chess having 150 entrants, a player is eliminated whenever he loses a match. It is given that no match result in a tie or draw. How many matches are played in an entire tournament? So the question is saying, like, this is a knockout kind of game, right? So there are, how many teams are there, how many players are there? 150, and all these players are playing chess, and there is no match is draw or tie, right? So this is very easy question, you just need to know the concept, right? So suppose I'm explaining you the procedure, like, okay, so suppose there are three players, first, second, third. So how many match will happen? One match will happen between them, and the winner will come, and this winner then will play with this one, and then the final winner, right? So how many match? One or two, right? If there are three people, how many match are happening? Two, right? And suppose there are four player now, right? So suppose this is four player. Now this winner will play with this one, and then the final winner will come. So how many match are happening? First, second, third. So if there are how many player? Four player. Then the match will be three, right? So similarly, if you will see, the match are one less than the number of player, right? So the number of match will be how much? If suppose there are n players, so the number of match will be n minus 1, right? So in this case, in the given question, there are 150 entrant. So the matches will be how many? 150 minus 1, so 141. So the answer is option C, right? So 150 minus 1 will be 149. So the total match will be how many? 149. So the answer is option C. See, this is very easy question, right? You just need to know the concept here. Okay. This is a question of reasoning from direction chapter asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2022, right? See, this looks very lengthy in the exam, right? Because exam has, they have divided the A4 size paper also, right? Because they have a in middle, they mark in the middle. So here is the half, so you get just the half paper. So these 4 lines become 8 lines there, right? So this looks very lengthy, but this is very easy questions. Like, so from the direction chapter, normally the UPSC asks questions, but they are of very easy kind of, right? So two friend X and Y start running, and they run together for 50 meter, right? So suppose this is the starting point, so no direction is given, right? So they are saying that XY start running and they run 50 meter, right, in the same direction, and reach a point X. Suppose this is a point X, right? So they reach a point, not X, right? So they are reaching a point. Okay, this is a point. Now X turn right, X is turning right, so they are facing this side, right? So the right direction for X will be this side, right? So X is going right and run 60 meter. So X going right and run 60 meter, right? While Y turn left, so Y direction is also this side, right? So he is facing this side, so the left of Y will be this side, right? So Y is running this side and runs 40 meter. This is 40 meter, right? Then X turn left. Now X is facing this side, right? So his left will be this side, right? So he's taking left turn, right, and run again 50 meter and stop, and he is stopping here. While Y turn right, so Y is facing this side. Now Y is turning right, so the right of Y will be this side and runs 50 meter. He is also running 50 meter, right, and then stop. He is also stopping here. So how far the two friends from each other now? So the question is asking how far they are. वो एक दूसरे से कितनी दूरी पे हैं. So दूरी इनके बीच में ये वाली होगी जो डॉटेड में लाइन ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ, राइट? So this is the distance between them, right? Because x यहाँ पे है अभी और y this side. Okay, so this distance is equal to this distance, right? So this combined distance will equal to this combined distance, right? So this distance is 60 plus 40. So 60 plus 40 is equal to 100. So they are 100 meter away from each other. So option A is the answer, right? So this is the answer. See, this is very easy question, right? It just you have to keep track the right and left properly, right? Then you will get the correct answer. This is a question from calendar chapter asked by UPSC in their CSAT exam of 2022. Which date of June 2099 among the following is Sunday? Right? So बोल रहा है question is कि जो 2099 का जो साल होगा उसमें जून में, मंथ ऑफ जून इज टॉकिंग अबाउट, ऑन विच डेट देयर विल बी ए संडे. संडे कौन से दिन आएगा? सो सपोज द संडे इज कमिंग ऑन 1st June itself, right? So from the 1st June we will calculate and accordingly we will find the Sunday, right? So in calendar chapter we have to remember the odd days, right? So odd days means like if you will see in a year there are 365 days in a normal year. In 365 days there are, how many weeks are there? There are 52 weeks. So this will be 52 into 7, right? So there is 1 day is remaining, right? So that 1 day, so there will be 1 odd day, right? So in 365 days we are having 1 extra day, right? So this extra day in here we call odd day, right? So 1 odd day in a 1 year, normal year. And if it's a leap year, then there will be 366 days, right? So there we will have 2 odd days, right? So this thing we have to remember. Okay, one more thing we have to remember, that's better if you remember, like in 100 days, how many odd days will be there? There will be 5 odd days, right? You can calculate it. And in 400 years, this is not days, this is year, in 100 year, right? In 400 year there will be 0 odd day, right? So similarly in 800 year there will be 0 odd day. Similarly for 1200 and 1600 and 2000 there will be 0 odd day, right? So now here we will use this thing. In 2000 there will be 0 odd day, right? So now we have to calculate for year 99, right? So before 99 there will be 98 year, right? So in 98 year, how many are leap year and how many are normal year? So what we will do, we will divide 98 with 4, right? So this will go how many times? This is 18, right? So 16. So the remaining is 2. So we will leave this thing. So there are 24 leap years, right? So in 98 years there will be 24 leap years. So in every leap year there will be 2 odd days, right? So how many years are remaining after deducting leap years? So 98 minus 24. So how many years are remaining, right? So 74 years. So 74 years are normal years. So in normal year we are having 1 odd days, right? So this will be 74 into 1. So now we will calculate it, right? This will be 48 plus 74. So we will add this, we will get what? We will get 122 days, right? So now 120 days, 122 days, right? So we will find odd days in this. So again we will divide this thing with 7, right? Because this is a cyclic, right? After 7 days we will get the same week will start, right? Because Sunday to Saturdays there are 7 days, so that's why it will get repeated, the days will get repeated, right? So that's why we will divide with 7. So again we will divide this with 7 to find the odd day, right? So this will go how many times? This 7, so there will be 5, 2, 7, 49, right? So the odd days are 3, so the remaining is 3. So there are 3 odd days, right? So in 98 years we are getting 3 odd day. Okay, now I am removing this, okay, so that I can get space, right? So now we will calculate for year 99, right? 2099 year we will calculate. So in the month of, how many months are there? So there will be month of January, there are how many days? 31 days. February, March, April, May, and then June, right? So in May, Feb will be 99 is a not a leap year, so this is a ordinary year, so there will be 28 days, right? March will be 31, then 30, this will again 31, right? June we have to calculate, right? So this for the 1st June we are calculating, right? So how many odd days are there? So see, 7 4s are 28, right? So after 28 how many days are extra? That will be odd day. So in January we have 3 odd days, in February there will be 0 odd day, in March again there will be 3 odd day, right? In April 2 odd days, In May there will be 3 odd days and 1, right? So we will, what you can do, like you can either remove 7 here directly, right? 336 plus 7, like this. Otherwise you can calculate and divide by 7. So here we are getting how many odd days? 5 odd days, right? Till 1st June we are getting 5 odd day, and here we was getting 3 odd day, right? So the year will be, in 2000 there are 0 odd day, in 98 year this will be 0 odd day, this will be, we got 3 odd day, right? And in the month of June, 1st June year 2099, we are getting 5 odd day. So total odd days are 8. Total odd days are 8. It means we will divide by 7, so the remaining will be 1, right? So 1 means what, right? So 1 means Monday. So 1st June of 2099 is Monday, right? So the next Monday will come plus 7, right? So this will come on 8th. There will be again Monday. Then the Sunday will be on before this Monday, that is on 7th. So 7th June there will be first Sunday, right? So the question is asking the first Sunday. So on which date there will be the first Sunday? So on the 7th June there will be the first Sunday. So the answer is option D. So this is the answer, right? See, I explain you this question in very detail, right? So if you know the basics, you can solve it very fast, right? But here I wanted to give you the idea about the concept also. That's why this become lengthy. Okay. So this is a question from permutation and combination chapter asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2022. The letter A, B, C, D and E are arranged in such a way that there are exactly 2 letters between A and E. So how many letters we are having? First, second, third, fourth, 5. So we are having 5 letters. Okay. So there are 5 places, right? And we have to arrange, right? So this is not selection problem. This is arrangement. So whenever there is a keyword of arrangement, so आपको क्या समझ जाना है? Okay, this is a permutation we will use, not combination, right? And if there is a keyword of selection, then we will use combination, right? So this is arrangement. So we will use permutation. Okay. So there are 5 places and there should be 2 letters between A and E. So how many such arrangement are possible, right? So A और E के बीच में हमेशा 2 letter होने चाहिए, right? So then we will see how many arrangements are possible. Suppose we are putting A here, right? So after 2 places E will come here and then this letter, right? Okay. So how many such arrangement are possible? We are given only 5 letters. 2 letter already we use. How many letter are remaining? 3 letters. So 3 letters can be arranged in how many ways? Factorial 3. Right. Factorial 3 is 3 into 2 into 1. So this is 6. Right. So this is one possibility. The second possibility is that E is here and A is here. This is also possible. Right. So in this case, what will happen? Again, there are 3 places. So 3 places can be arranged in 3 places. 3 letter can be arranged in factorial 3 ways. So this will be factorial 3. So this will again be 6. Okay. देखो यहाँ पे ये डायरेक्ट ही हो जाता. Okay, factorial 2 because these two letters, these two A and E can be arranged in factorial 2 ways. But मैं आपको डिटेल में बता रहा हूँ. That's why I took case second. Okay. Otherwise यहाँ पे factorial 6 ये factorial 3 था, इसके साथ factorial 2 हो जाता डायरेक्टली. Okay. और यहाँ पे मैं आपको अलग अलग भी बता रहा हूँ. Okay. Now there is a one third possibility also. May be possible that the letter A is not coming at the first place. It's coming on the second place. Then third, fourth and the fifth place will be E. Because हमें A और E के बीच में how many places we have to keep? We have to keep 2 places, right? So these are 2 places we are keeping, right? There is no other possibility. Okay. So again we are having 3 letters and the 3 letters can be arranged in 3 places in factorial 3 ways. Okay. So the answer is 6 again. And there is again one possibility 4 because may be possible that E is here and A is at last place, right? If this is the case, then it will again be factorial 3 because 3 letter can be arranged in 3 places and how many ways? Factorial 3. So this is again 6, right? So is there any other possibility? There is no other possibility, because if we are moving A here, then A cannot come in the middle, because then there won't be two places, exactly two places. Suppose I am putting A here, right? So these are two places, these are two places. E should come this side, but we have only 5 places, right? So we cannot arrange like this. Okay, and if we are putting A here, so this thing we already considered in this. Okay, so these are the only possibility, right? So we will add this. So this will be 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. So how many ways? So total are, this will be like 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. Okay, so this will be equal to 24, right? So the answer is option C. So this is the answer. Okay, so this is a coding decoding question asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022, right? So if the order of the letter in English alphabet is reversed and each letter represent the letter whose position it occupies, then which of the following represent Lucknow, right? See, first of all, in every question I am telling you like from which chapter this question is. This is very important, right? So this is a reasoning question, and in the reasoning this question is from coding decoding. So whenever you will get a question from coding decoding, right, so you should always write the ABCD, right? So A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q R S T U V W X Y Z, right? And the numbering also you can do, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26, right? So the question is saying this is alphabet, this is the position of each alphabet. Now they have reversed it, so now they reverse it. So at the first position there will be Z, and the second position there will be Y, right? So we will write it in a reverse order, right? So in this way we will write it. So the question is asking that they have given the word Lucknow, right? So L is at position 12. So what's the number will come at the position of L when we will reverse it? So one way is to you write all this in a reverse order and then you find out for all words, right? For L, U, C, K and Y. And there is one another method also, right? So what is that method? Like the position of L from starting is 12, right? So in the reverse, when we will reverse it, right, or you can say from the end, the position of this will be what? So we will determine is like that we will make is subtract from 27, right? So this is nothing, just I am using the concept of ranking here, right? So suppose that the rank from the top is 12. So what will be the rank from the end? So the rank from end is, if you remember the formula, what we will do, we normally add plus 1. What we do there, we will do 26 minus 12 plus 1. So this is the same thing I am doing here, 27 minus 12. So 27 minus 12 will be equal to 15, right? So the letter which is at position 15 will come at position 12 when we will reverse it, right? So this is the only concept. So what is the number? What is the letter at position 15? Position 15 is occupied by O. So when we will reverse it in this way, the O will come here, right? So O. So either you can write it down, right? So whatever way you feel easy, you do it. And then we will similarly we will find out about U. U is at position 21. So 27 minus 21 is equal to 6, right? So at 6 position we have F, right? Now we will check for C. C is at 3 position. So when we will reverse it, so which letter will be at position 3, right? So this will be 27 minus 3 is equal to 24. So at 24 we have X, right? Now similarly for K, K is at position 11. When we will reverse it, when we will reverse this alphabet, So which letter will come at position 11, right? So this is will be 16. So the letter which is at 16 number will come, right? So this is P, right? Now similarly we will do for N. N is 14 here. So 27 minus 14 is equal to 13, right? So at 13 we have M, right? So now you can see the answer will be from these two. These cannot be the answer, right? So no need to check for L, directly check for last digit because L is given in both, right? So we will check for W. W is at position 23rd. So this will be 27 minus 23rd is equal to 4. So the letter at position 4 is this one, D, right? So at last we will have D. So the answer will be option D, right? So I hope you guys got it. Like there are two ways to solve it. One is the question is saying that the alphabet is written in reverse order, right? So whatever the number is coming, like on which position, which letter is coming, you have to find it. So L is at position 12 in normal alphabet, right? So when we will reverse it, what letter will come at position 12? So this is the question, right? So for each letter we have to find it out, and this is the new code OXF OFXPMLD. So this is our answer. So this is a question from permutation and combination chapter asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022. So this is a very good question, right? This is a little bit tricky. So there are 9 cups placed on a table arranged in equal number of rows and columns. So how many we have? We have 9 cups, right? So we have to arrange them in equal number. So whenever there is a equal number, so we have to take a square root of this. So the square root of 9 is 3. So this will be 3 by 3, right? So we will arrange them in the format of 3 by 3, right? So suppose like this we have to arrange. So this is 3 by 3. Okay, in this we have to arrange 9 cups, right? Now, out of which 6 cup contain coffee. So out of this 9 cup, 6 cup contain coffee. So 6 are of coffee and 3 cups contain tea, right? So in 3 cups we have tea. In how many ways can they be arranged so that each row should contain at least 1 cup of coffee, right? So we have to arrange in a pattern so that this is row, right, and these are column. Okay, so this question is talking about row, so that in each row there should be at least 1 cup of coffee. It means 1 cup of coffee should come at least, so that the other can be tea. At least it means this question is asking like there should not be any cases where there are all 3 are tea, right? It means that only, because this question want at least there should be 1 cup of coffee in each row, right? So this case is not allowing, right, where in each row all 3 cup of tea can come, right? So how we will do it? So here I am telling you one of the easiest method to solve this question, right? You won't find this solution anywhere, right? So what is the solution? The solution is, first of all, you just arrange 9 cups, right? So how we arrange this is permutation combination, right? So if you remember, if some letters are given, right, suppose Delhi, so how we arrange these letter? So we can arrange in how many ways? There are how many letters? First, second, third, fourth, five, 5. So we can arrange in factorial 5 way, right? But suppose there are 2 letters which are same, right? So how we will do it? There is one formula, if you remember, that says, like suppose we have to arrange n numbers, right? So we can arrange in factorial n way, and out of these n number, p numbers are of same type and q numbers are of same type. So this is the formula, right? So here I am using that formula only, right? Because out of 9 cups, 3 are of one type coffee teacups and 6 are of coffee, right? So we can arrange them in how many ways? We can arrange them in like 9 factorial 9 upon, because 3 are of same type of tea and other 6 are of same type. those are coffee, right? So we can arrange them. So I am not looking like how they are being arranged. I'm just saying like they are arranged. Somehow we will arrange them. Okay, so the all possibility I am considering here. So we will solve this here. So this will be 9 into 8 into 7 and factorial 6. Right. So factorial 3 we will open, 3 into 2 and factorial 6 we will, this factorial 6 will cut this factorial 6. Right. This 3 will cut this 9 3 times and this 2 will cut this 8 4 times. Right. This is 4 3 is 12 into 7. So total 12 into 7 are 84. So the total possible ways are 84 ways. So total 84 ways we can arrange tea and coffee cup. Right. Now, out of these 84, we have considered also the cases where all teacups will come together. Right. So in how many cases will be there where all tea will come in rows? Right. So there are only three possibilities. If you will see, all three teacups can come here in the first row. There is other possibility that all teacups are coming in the second row, and there is other possibilities that all teacups are coming in third row. Right. So there is no other possibility. So there are only three ways. Right. So we will deduct this 3 out of this 84. Right. So we will get the remaining, so that at least 1 cup of coffee come in each row. Right. I hope you guys got it. So what is happening? I am considering all the cases. Right. So in all those possibility, we have got the chances where tea will come in, the tea will come together in all three. So there are how many cases? There are only three cases. So all three teacups can come here in the first row, or they may come in here, or they may come here. Right. Because this is the only condition, because what the question want from us, the question want that at least 1 cup of coffee should come with tea. Like it can be like this also, right? CCT, or this will be CTT. So anything is possible. So we have to deduct those cases where all tea cups coming together out of total possibility, then this condition will get satisfied. So the answer of this question is 81. So the answer is option D. So D is the correct answer of this question. Okay, I hope ये आप सबको समझ आ गया होगा. If you guys still have some issues, so you can connect with us and I will explain you this question personally again. Okay. This is a question of linear equation asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022. A has some coins. He gives half of the coin and 2 more to B. So let's make the equation. Right, suppose A has how many coins? A number of coins, right? So now B coins. How many number of coin B is having? B is having half of coin of A plus 2 more. Like he gives half of the coins and 2 more to B. Now B gives half of the coin and 2 more to C. So now C is having how many? C is equal to B by 2 plus 2. Right. C gives half of the coin and 2 more to D. So D will be how much? C by 2 plus 2. The number of coin D has now is the smallest 2-digit number. This is very important. So now D is having how many coins? D is having the smallest 2-digit number. The smallest 2-digit number is 10. So 10 is the smallest 2-digit number. This is very important in this question. If you can understand this, you can solve it. So D is how much? D is 10. So we will write this. So how much will be the C from this equation? From this equation, the C will be C by 2 is equal to 10 minus 2. So this will be 8. Right. So C will be 16. If we have C, then we can calculate from this equation B. So B by 2 will be equal to 16 minus 2. So this will come out 14. Right. So B will become 28. Right. So if B is 28, from here we can calculate A. So it is 28 minus 2 is equal to A by 2. Right. So this will be how much? This will become A is equal to 2 into 26. So this will be 52. Right. So what is they are asking? How many coins does A have in the beginning? So A is having 52 coins. Right. So the answer is option B. Okay. So the main trick in this question is this one. Right. If you can understand this, you can solve this question very easily. Right. This is a question of reasoning from direction chapter asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2022. Right. See, this looks very lengthy in the exam, right? Because exam has they have divided the A4 size paper also, right? Because they have a in middle they mark in the middle, so here is the half, so you get just the half paper. So these 4 lines become 8 lines there, right? So this looks very lengthy, but this is very easy questions. Like, so from the direction chapter, normally the UPSC asks questions, but they are of very easy kind of, right? So two friend X and Y start running and they run together for 50 meter, right? So suppose this is the starting point, so no direction is given, right? So they are saying that XY start running and they run 50 meter, right, in the same direction and reach a point X. Suppose this is a point X, right? So they reach a point, not X, right? So they are reaching a point. Okay, this is a point. Now X turn right, X is turning right, so they are facing this side, right? So the right direction for X will be this side, right? So X is going right and run 60 meter. So X going right and run 60 meter, right? While Y turn left, so Y direction is also this side, right? So he is facing this side. So the left of Y will be this side, right? So Y is running this side and runs 40 meter. This is 40 meter, right? Then X turn left. Now X is facing this side, right? So his left will be this side, right? So he's taking left turn, right, and run again 50 meter and stop, and he is stopping here. While Y turn right, so Y is facing this side. Now Y is turning right, so the right of Y will be this side and runs 50 meter. He is also running 50 meter, right, and then stop. He is also stopping here. So how far the two friends from each other now? So the question is asking how far they are. वो एक दूसरे से कितनी दूरी पे हैं. So दूरी इनके बीच में ये वाली होगी जो डॉटेड में लाइन ड्रॉ कर रहा हूँ, राइट? So this is the distance between them, right? Because x यहाँ पे है अभी और y this side. Okay, so this distance is equal to this distance, right? So this combined distance will equal to this combined distance, right? So this distance is 60 plus 40. So 60 plus 40 is equal to 100. So they are 100 meter away from each other. So option A is the answer, right? So this is the answer. See, this is very easy question, right? It just you have to keep track the right and left properly, right? Then you will get the correct answer. So this is a question from permutation and combination chapter asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2022. How many 3-digit natural number? So we have to find 3-digit natural number, right? Without repetition. So there won't be any repetition of digit, right? Are there such that each digit is odd? So this language is important. What the question is saying, that there will be 3-digit number, right? So we have to take natural number only, right? So we will take number from 1 to 9. Okay. Then one more condition is given, that each digit is odd, right? So like each digit, this digit, this digit and this digit, they should be odd, right? So we have to consider only odd digit. So odd digit are 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, right? So out of 1 to 9, the odd digit are only this much. Okay. Then one more condition is given, that the number is divisible by 5. So this number should be divisible by 5. If you remember from the number system in the divisibility rule, right? So the number will be divisible by 5 if the last digit is 5 or 0. But here we have to consider only 5 because we have to consider only natural number, right? So one last digit will be 5. So 5 is already used. We cannot use 5 again because there is no repetition allowed, right? So how many digits are remaining? 4, 1, 3, 7 or 9. So at this place, out of 4 any digit can come, right? Out of 4 any digit can come, and at this place one digit we already used out of these 4, so the remaining is 3. So out of those 3 any digit can come at this place, right? So this will be 3. Okay, so the total possibilities are 4 into 3, this is 12. So the answer is option B. Okay, so the answer of this question is option B. See, this is very easy question, just we have to understand the language of the question. Okay, this is a question of reasoning from syllogism chapter asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2022. So these statements are given, 3 statements are given, and Three conclusion are given, right? So we have to find which one of the following is correct. On the basis of these statements, which conclusion we can draw, right? So we will solve this question through Venn diagram. So first statement, some doctors, this is a Venn diagram of doctor, are teachers, right? So this is a Venn diagram of teacher. All teachers are engineers. So these all are teachers, and all these teachers are engineer. All engineers are scientists. So all these engineers are scientists, right? Now the conclusion is some scientists are doctor. So this is correct, right? Because this this is representing scientist, and this is a Venn diagram of doctor. So they are, this area is common between them, right? So some scientists are doctor. This is right. All engineers, all engineers, this is engineers. All engineers are doctor. This is wrong, right? Because some engineers are doctor. Some engineers are doctor. So some engineers are doctor. So this is right. Okay. So first and third is following. So the answer is this one. Both conclusion first and third follow. So the answer of this question is option C. This is a question from chapter linear equation asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022. A bill for rupees 1840 is paid in the denomination of rupees 50, 20 and 10 notes. 50 notes in all are used. So total how many notes are used? Total 50 notes are used, right? So consider the following statement. So they have given three statements, right? And the total amount they paid is 1840. So the question is asking how they paid that amount, right? So we will check one by one. So let's take first, right? So let's suppose this is rupees 50, this is rupees 20 and this is rupees 10. So the quantity of every note, right? So in the first case 25 notes of 50 notes are of rupee 50 are used. So rupee 50 how many? 25 notes, right? And the remaining are in the denomination of 20 and 10. So this will be how much? The amount will come 25 5s are 1250. So this is the total amount, right? Because this will be 25 into 50. So what, how much is remaining? The remaining amount is 1840 and 1250, right? So no need to detect this also, like we can do it from here also. Suppose all the remaining notes, how many notes are remaining? 25. So let's suppose all the remaining notes are of rupees 20, because this is the biggest amount we are having now. So suppose the total all 25 I am allotting to this 20 rupees notes, right? Because total we have 50 notes only. So this will be how much? This will be 500 rupees. So we have 500 rupees here and 1250 rupees here. So this is the total amount. So the total is 1750. This is not equal to 1840. So this case is wrong, right? So this possibility is not there. Now we will check the second one. 35 notes of rupee 20, right? So 35 notes are rupee 20s are paid. So this will be how much? This will be 700 rupees only. See from here, I have seen like many students what they do, they consider one is not possible, so they cut options with one and they say answer is B. This is wrong, because the question is asking which one of the above statement are not correct. So the question is asking not correct. So one is not correct, right? So this can't be an answer at all, right? So the answer will be in out of these three, right? So the second case is 35 notes of rupee 20 are used and the remaining are in the denomination of 50 and 10. So after we use 35 here, how much we are having? The remaining is only 15, because total we have 50. Total notes we have is 50 only. So suppose I am allotting all 15 to the 50 rupee notes, right? So how much this will be? This will be only 750. So the total will be 1450 rupees only. This is not 1840. So this is also, this case is also not possible, right? So now we will check the third one also. In the third one, 20 notes of rupee 10. So the 20 notes are of rupee 10, so this will be equal to 200, right? And the remaining are in the denomination of 50 and 20. So suppose the remaining are how much? 30. Suppose I am allotting all 30 here, right? So this will be how much? 30 into 50. So this will be 1500, right? So this is 1500 and this is 200. Total is 1700. So this case is also not possible. So all three are not possible. So the answer will be option D, right? So the answer is option D. So here we have to check all three, right? Fine. I hope ये आप सबको समझ आ गया होगा. If you guys still have some issues in this, so you can comment or call us or WhatsApp us, and I will explain you this question personally, right? This is a profit and loss question asked in UPSC Civil Services Exams CSAT paper in 2020, right? So the question is, the increase in the price of a certain item was how much? 25%. Then the price was decreased by 20%, and then again increased by 10%. What is the resultant increase in the price? So the question is asking, suppose there is an item, initially the price increased by 25%, then decreased by 20%, and then finally increased by 10%. So the final price, right? So the final price got increased or decreased? The question is like that. Okay. So see, profit and loss questions we can directly do using the concept of percentage, right? So there is no need to learn profit and new concept of profit and loss, because most of the questions you can do simply by using the percentage concept. Okay, so here I will try to solve all these questions using percentage concept only, right? So in percentage, if you remember, in most of the questions we assume let the price of product is how much? 100, right? Why we consider normally 100? Why not something else? You have to write answer in the comment, right? So now this question is like, but 25% increase in the price, right? So what is the final price after 25% increase? It will be like 100 plus 25% of 100. This 100 will cancel this 100, then it will become 125, right? You don't need to do these things if you understand the basic concepts what I told you, like 100% of x will be x itself, right? Or you can say, like in percentage, x is written as 100% x. If I am saying 25% increase, then it will become how much? It will become 125% of x. Okay, if in x we are having 25% increment, then it will become this much. If I am saying that there is an decrement of 20% in x, then it will become 100% of x. Why 80%? Because 100 is x, so we have to decrease 20 out of 100. So 100 minus 20, it will become 80% of x. Okay, so here we will use that thing only. So if there is 25% increment, we can directly write what we can write. We can directly write 125% of what we assume 100. So 125 upon 100 into 100, this 100 will cancel this one, right? Now this is the first part. Second is decrease by 20%. So as I told you here, what I can directly write? I can directly write 80% of what's the current price? The current price is 125, right? So it will become 80 upon 100 into 125. From 25 we can cut this, right? 4 will cancel this. So the price will be 100, right? And the third is increase of 10%. So from this concept, what we can do from this concept, we can directly write 110 because 100% is that number. So there is an increase of 10%. So we can write 110% of what's the current price? Current price is 100. So it will be 110 upon 100 into 100. This 100 will cancel this 100. So what's the price? 110. Right. So this is the final price. And what was the initial price we assume? 100. So what's the net change? If you remember, I told you percentage change is how much? Final price minus initial price upon initial price into 100. This come in percentage. So this will cut 100 will cut this one. So it will be 10%. So 10% is our answer. Means option B is our answer. Right. So I hope ये सबको समझ आया होगा. If you still have some problem, you can comment or you can call us or you can WhatsApp us. Okay. And I will explain you this question personally. Right. So this is a question of linear equation asked by UPSC in CSAT exam of 2022. Right. So 5 friends P, Q, X, Y and Z purchased some notebook. The relevant information is given below. Z purchased 8 notebooks more than X did. So it will be like Z equal to Z is purchasing 8 books more than X did, right? So this will be the equation. P and Q together purchase 21 notebook. So this will be P plus Q is equal to 21. Q purchased 5 notebook less than P did, right? So Q purchase is how much? Q purchase is 5 notebook less than P did, right? So the equation will become P minus Q is equal to 5, right? And here we have P plus Q is equal to 21. We will add this equation. So this will be 2P is equal to 26. So P is equal to 30 notebooks, right? Now XY together purchase 28 notebooks. So X plus Y is equal to 28. And from this equation, P purchase, P is how much? 5 notebook more than X did. So this is X plus 5. Right, from here we know P is equal to 13. So if we will write 13 is equal to X plus 5. So X will be how much? 5 will go this side, right? So it will be 8. Right, so now he is asking if each notebook is priced 40, then what is the total cost of all the notebooks? So what we need? We need P plus Q plus X plus Y plus Z, right? So this is the total notebook. P plus Q is 21, right? X plus Y is how much? X plus Y is 28, right? And they are asking what? Z. So Z is how much? Right. So Z we have to calculate from this equation. So Z is equal to X is 8 and this is also 8. So this is 16. So the 16. Right. This is 28. Okay. So this will be how much? How many books? This will be 5. Right. 8 and 9 and 6. 15. Right. So this is 65. And each notebook cost 40 rupees. So we will multiply this 65 into 40. Right. So this will be how much? 4 5s are 20. Right. 4 6 are 24 and 2 26. So the answer is 2600. So option A is the right answer, right? So this is the answer. So this is a question of reasoning from syllogism chapter asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022. So in these kind of questions, the statement is given, right? This is statement 1 and 2 is given and we have to find, and these are the conclusions. So we have to find which conclusion is right. So which one of the following is correct? So which conclusion we can draw from these two statements, right? So we will solve these questions through Venn diagram, right? So we will use the Venn diagram to solve these questions, right? So all pen are books. So all pen. So suppose this is a Venn diagram of pen. So the question, statement is saying that all pen are books. right? So this is a Venn diagram of books, right? No chair is a pen is inside, right? So this statement is saying that no chair is a pen, so the chair can be here. So this is a Venn diagram of chair. So one possibility is this. Other possibility is that chair is not touching the pen, but books and chair has some relation, right? So this is chair. So both possibilities are there, right? So now we will see which conclusion we can draw. All chair, all chairs are book, right? So we don't know the relationship between books and chair, right? So this conclusion we cannot draw. Some chairs are pen. The relationship between chair and pen is asking, right? But they have given in the statement that no chair is pen. So this conclusion is also wrong. All books are chair. All books, जितनी भी books हैं, so it means जितने भी books हैं, all books are chair, like this, right? So this is also not possible. Otherwise, all pen will also become chair, right? This is also wrong. No chair is a book. No chair is a book. So this relationship is also not given. No chair is a book, right? Because the relationship between chair and book is not given, right? So we cannot conclude this also. So all four conclusions are wrong. So the answer will be none of the conclusion follow, right? So the answer of this question will be option D. Okay. This is a question from Permutation and Combination chapter asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022. There is a numeric lock which has a 3-digit pin. The pin contains digit 1 to 7, right? So there is a lock. To open it, we need to use one pin, and this is a 3-digit pin, right? And the digit can be from 1 to 7, right? So 1 to 7, right? So how many digits are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? There is no repetition. Now they have given the condition, there will be no repetition. There are no repetition of digits. So the password cannot be 444, 333 or 443, because in this we have repetition of digit. Now the digit in the pin from left to right. So this is left, this is right. Don't get confused in that, right? This is right, this is left, right? जो आपका लेफ्ट है वही एग्जामिनर का भी लेफ्ट है, राइट? और उसी के हिसाब से करना है, राइट? Left to right are in decreasing order. So digit are in decreasing order, right? It means like if I am putting here 7, then no, just take here 5. If left is 5, then here on the right side of 5 there cannot come 6 or 7, right? Because they are in decreasing order. Okay, so just remember the condition. Okay, now any two digit in the pin differ by at least 2. Now one more condition, that any two digit, this could be like this or this or this, they are differ by 2, at least 2. The difference can be more than 2, right? So how many maximum attempt does one need to find out the pin with certainty, right? So if somebody want to open this lock, so how many attempts, right? So or you can say how many password can be generated, right? जितने password generate होंगे उतने number of attempts somebody will try to open it, right? So how we will do it? So we have to create number of password that can be generated, right, with these conditions. So suppose the password is starting with 7, right? If the password is starting with, the password cannot start with first 1, right? Because why it cannot? Because it is not satisfying this condition, decreasing order wali, right? Because if the password is starting with 1, then the next second term will be second or third, right? Suppose third, the difference is 2, right? This condition is getting satisfied, but they are not in decreasing order, they are in increasing order, right? So this is not possible. So we are starting with 7, from the back side we are starting, right? So if this is 7, then the next digit could be, it cannot be 6 because the difference will be less than 2. So the second digit can be 5, right? Now after 5 the digit cannot be 4 because the difference should be 2. So the next digit can be 3. So the one password can be 753, right? So similarly we have to generate the password, right? So suppose I am keeping this 75, So if I am not putting 3, it could be 2 also, right? Because the difference between 5 and 2 is 3, and 7 and 5 is 2, and 7 and 2 is 5, right? So the difference is more than 2 in every case. The next password can be 7 5, this can be 1, right? So with 7 5 there is no other possibility, right? Now suppose this is 6 7 again, right? Now this 5, because the difference is 2 here, now I can select 4 also, right? Because here the difference is 3 more than 2, right? So it can be 7 4, then after 4 it will be 2, it cannot be 3, because the difference will be, we have to maintain at least, this keyword is important, at least, कम से कम डिफरेंस 2 तो होना चाहिए, 2 से कम नहीं होना चाहिए, 2 से ज्यादा हो सकता है डिफरेंस, राइट? सो 7 4 2, so the next password can be 7 4 1, right? We can take, because the difference is here 3, right? Now there is no other possibility with 7 4. With 7, now can we take 3 here also, right? If we are taking 3, because with 7 4 all possibility we have considered, now 7 3, now 7 and 3, then the next term will be 1, because the difference is 2 here. So no other password can be generated with 7 3 now, right? Now can we take 7 and 2? If we are taking 2, so we cannot take 1 here, right? So with 7 2 there is no possibility, so 7 2 is not possible, right? So now if we are not starting with 7, the password can start with 6. If the password is starting with 6, so the next digit will be 4, right? And after 4 the next digit will be 2. Okay, so now next password can be, suppose we are keeping 6 and 4 constant, then I'm not taking 2, I'm taking 1, right? So this is 1, so there is no other possibility 6 with 6 4, right? So now what we will do, we will take 6, now we will try with 3, right? So with 6 3, so the next possibility is after 3 can be 1 only, right? So with 6 3 there is no other possibility, right? So can we take 6 2? If we are taking 6 2, then there we cannot take 1, because the difference is less than 2, right? So with 6 2 there is no possibility, so 6 2 is not possible. Now can we select 5? If we are selecting 5, the next digit will be 3, right? And after that it will be 1, 5 3 1. So there, can there be any possibility with 5 3? We cannot make any other changes here, right? So we cannot take 5 2, because after 5 2 we cannot put any other term, right? So 5 2 is not possible, right? So now can we start with 4? If we are starting with 4, then the 2 will come here, right? So there is no digit for here, right? So 4 2 we cannot start with 4. Can we start with 3? No. If we are starting with 3, the next digit will be 1, but after 1 there is no other possibility, so this is also not possible. So these are the only possible passwords, right? There is no other password we can generate with these conditions, right? So we have to just count them: first, second, third, 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So only 10 password can be generated, or the 10 times somebody has to try to open this lock, right? So the answer is option C. So the answer of this question is option C. I hope ये आप सबको समझ में आ गया होगा, मैंने काफी आराम से डिटेल में बताया, so that everybody can get this. Okay, if you guys still have some issues, so you can connect with us and I will explain you this question personally again. Now this is a question asked in UPSC 2022. The question is, the increase in the price of a certain item was 25%, right? Then the price was decreased. Initially the price got increased and then decreased by 20%, and then again increased by 10%. So what is the resultant increase in the price? So here, first of all, it seems like this question is not from percentage. Many students think that this question is not from percentage chapter, it is from cost and price, right? So they both, like in cost and price also we find percentage change, and in the percentage chapter also we find the change in percentage. So these two overlap, but here I will say this question is from percentage, because here they are not concerned about like what was the market price and the selling price, etc., right? So here the question is saying that suppose there was some item, right? And one more thing I want to tell you, like in the percentage questions, normally we assume that let the price of initial price, let the initial price of item is 100. Why we are take 100? Normally in other scenario we consider x and right, but here in percentage we consider 100x or 100 or 1000, so that the number don't come in fraction, because we know when we are talking about 25%, so it will be 25 upon 100. So the calculation will be easy. That's why we consider 100x or 100. So here we are considering 100 only. Okay. So initially the price got increased by 25%. So in the unitary method, we can write like initially it was 100 and then it got increased by 25%. Right. So it will be like this. Okay. Or we can directly say the 100%. In percentage, there is one more concept. The 100% of some number, suppose x, is x, right? So we are talking about 100% of some item, so it will be that item only. So the here the question is saying that if there is an increase of 25%, so we can also write 125%. Why? Because it will be like 100% plus 25%. Okay, and 100% is the item itself and 25% is extra 25%. So here in this question, what we can directly say, like we have assumed the price 100, so the price got increased by 25%. So we can directly write 125 upon 100, right? And then the price was decreased by 20%. So in percentage, if the price is getting reduced by 20%, so as we discuss here, the 20% decrease can be written as 100% minus 20%, right? So that this will be 80%. So here we are writing directly 80%. Okay, and then the price got increased by 10%. So as we discuss here, we will write 110, right? So this will be the final price. So now we will solve it and we will see like what is the final price of product. Okay, so from here, so the final price of the product is 110. And what was the initial price? Initial price was 100. We assumed 100, right? So what will be the resultant change? It's directly, otherwise you can use the method of like what's the current price minus initial price upon initial price into 100. So it will come out 10%, right? So what will be the answer? The answer will be the option B, 10%. So the final resultant increase, there is an increase because we got the price got increased. The initial price was 100, but the final price is 110. So it got increased, and by how much percentage? 10%. So this is the right answer. Okay, I hope ये आपको सबको समझ में आया होगा, right? This is the question of ratio and proportion asked by UPSC in CSAT exam of 2022. This is very important question, right? Because this is a bit tricky question. So a person X want to distribute some pen among 6 children A, B, C, D, E and F. Suppose A gets twice the number of pen received by B. So the number of pen with A is equal to 2B, right? 3 times that of C. The pen with A is 3 times that of C and 4 times that of D, 5 times that of E and 6 times that of F, right? What is the minimum? So is asking the minimum number of pen X should buy so that the number of pen each one gets is an even number, right? So the question is asking the minimum number of pen X should buy, right? So that each one get even number of pen, right? So from here B will be is equal to A by 2. From this C will be A by 3, and from this equation D will be A by 4. Similarly here E will be equal to A by 5 and F will be is equal to A by 6. Now what is the ratio of A, B, C, D, E and F? So A is A, right? B is equal to A by 2, C is A by 3, D is A by 4, E is A by 5 and F is A by 6, right? So from here we can cut the A, right? And we will take the LCM, right? I am removing the fraction, right? So the LCM of this number will be 60. So I will multiply all these number by 60, right? So this will be 60, this will be 60 by 2, and this will be 60 by 3, 60 by 4, 60 by 5 and 60 by 6, right? So this will become 60, 30, 20, 15, 12 and 10, right? So this is the ratio between A, B, C, D, E, F, right? Now we have to find out the minimum number of pen. So what is the total of this? The total of this will be 60 plus 30 plus 20 plus 15 plus 12 plus 10 equal to 147. So the minimum number of pen will be equal to its total, that is 147. So suppose the pen is 147. So the number of pen A will get will be equal to 60 by 147, the total of the ratio, right? So the total number of pen will be equal to 60 only. So the number of pen will be 60 if we are assuming 147, right? B will get 30, C will get 20 and D will get 15. But the question is saying that no one will receive odd number of pen, all will receive even number of pen, right? So what we have to do? So this won't be case, 147 won't be the answer, right? So what should we do? So the multiple of it, right? So the multiple of 147 multiplied by 2, so it will be 294, because 60 will get converted into 120, this 50 will get converted into 30. So all these number will be in even number, right? So some people may get confused, like why can't be 148 or 149, right? It can't be like this, because it should be multiple of, because the pen will always be in, they can't be in decimal number, right? So they will be in, they can't be, they will be in full number, right? So we have to check the number, we have to find which is divisible by 147, because in the denominator we will have 147, right? So the minimum number of pen will be 147. But if the question is asking with this condition, the even number, then it will be multiple of this, so it will be 294, right? Because all will have even number of pen. This will be 60, B will have 60 pen, C will have 40 pen, right? E will have 30 pen, similarly 24, and this will have 20, right? So the answer will be 294. I hope ये सबको समझ में आ गया होगा. If you guys have any problem in this, right, so you can comment or you can ask us through WhatsApp or through mail or through call, right? This is the question of HCF and LCM asked in UPSC CSAT paper of 2022. So what is the smallest number greater than 1000 that when divided by any one of the number 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 leaves a remainder of 3. So this is a question type we find in HCF and LCM, right? So how we solve these kind of question? In these kind of questions, we have to find a number which is divisible by all these numbers, right? So what we have to find? We have to find LCM, right? So we have to find the LCM of 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, right? So there are many ways to find the LCM. I'm using the factor method. Let's find the factor of 6. So it will be 2 into 3, and the factor of 9 will be 3 square, and the factor of 12 will be 2 square into 3, and the factor of 15 will be 3 into 5, and the factor of 18 will be 2 into 3 square. So now we will take the maximum power of each one, right? So 2 has maximum power square, and 3 has 2 power, and the 5 has single power, right? So the LCM of these number is 4 into 9 into 5 is equal to 180. So 180 is a number which is divisible by all these numbers, right? But we have to find the number near 1000, right? So it should be greater than 1000. So what we have to do? We will divide 1000 by 180, right? So it will go 5 times, right? So it is 900. So what is remaining? 100. Now we can't divide 100 by 180, right? Because here what is less? 80 is less. If we will add 80 in this one, we can divide this with 180, right? So the number would be 1000 plus how much is needed to divide this number? 80. There is a deficiency of 80. That's why we are not able to divide it further, right? So the number would be 1080. So 1080 is a number near 1000 which is exactly divisible by these numbers. But the question is asking that it leaves a remainder of 3. So the question asking for a number where if we divide the number with these numbers, so there will always be a remainder of 3. So it's just simple. We have to add 3 in this. So it will become 1083. So the answer is option C. So this is our answer. Second method you can use in the exam is you can solve it from here through options. Right, he is saying that remainder will remain 3. So what we have to do? We will deduct this 3 from these. So we will deduct 3 from this. So the number will be 1060. Now we have to try that whether this number is divisible by all these number or not. Right. Similarly, we can do for option B, C and D. So there will be option C which is following all this. Right. Because we find from this first method that the answer is 1. So this is a question from permutation and combination chapter asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022. There are 8 equidistant points on a circle. So this is a good question actually, you should focus on it. So the question is saying there are 8 equidistant points on a circle, right? So we know that circle is, we have 360 degree and there are 8 points which are equidistant. So we will see कि कितने angle का difference होगा, right? So we will divide 360 by 8, right? So this will go how many times? 32, right? So 4, 40, 8 5s are 40, right? So there will be a distance of 45 degree, right? So suppose this is a circle, right? So suppose the first point is here, then the second point will be, because this is the center of circle, right? So the first point is here, second will be here after 45 degree, the third will be here, the fourth will be here, and the fifth will be here, then similarly sixth, 7 and 8th, right? So there are 8 equidistant points. Now how many right angle triangle can be drawn? So we have to see that how many right angle triangle can be drawn using these points as vertices and taking the diameter. This is very important. We are taking diameter as one side of the triangle, right? So we have to check the right angle triangle which are formed through diameter. So with these 2 points, we can draw this diameter, right? So we have to check, like suppose these are point A, B, C, D, E, F, G or H, right? Now with this EA diameter, how many right angle triangle we can draw? So here this question is using one property of this circle. The property is that if we are taking this diameter as one side, right, so any angle you will draw on this side, right, with this point, suppose you are drawing this triangle, right, this one, so this will be right angle triangle. Similarly, if you will draw with this point, this will also be right angle triangle. If you are drawing with this point, this will also be right angle triangle. So this is a property of circle. If you are using diameter as one side, right, then any triangle you will draw, that will be a right angle triangle. So this is a property of circle, right? So we have 3 points here and 3 points here. So with these 3 points, we can draw 3 right angle triangle this side and 3 right angle triangle this side. So how many right angle triangle we have? 6. If we are using EA as diameter. So now we will check this. We got 6 with EA diameter. So how many diameters we can have? One is this one can be this one, 2, one can be this one, 3, and one can be this 4. If we are coming here, then again this is same EA or AE, both are same, right? So because we have total 8 points, right? With 2 points we are making one diameter, right? So out of these 8, how many diameter we can have? We can have 4 diameter, right? So 4 diameter, and with each diameter we are getting 6 right angle triangle, right? So with 4 diameter we will get how many? 4 into 6, right? Otherwise, what you can do, if you are not getting this, suppose you are taking FB as diameter, then again 6. If you are taking CG, right, so again 6, and if you are taking DH, then there will be again 6 right angle triangle, right? So you can add them and we will get total. Otherwise, you can do directly like this, because with one diameter we are getting 6 right angle triangle, right? So with 4 diameter we will get how many? 4 into 6, so this will be 24, right? So the answer of this question will be option A, right? So the answer is option A, right? So I hope ये question आप सबको समझ आ गया होगा. If you guys still have some issues, so you can connect with us and I will explain you this question personally again. So this is a question taken from chapter linear equation asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022. So many student was not able to solve this question in exam, and it is very easy question, right? So the question is, how many seconds in total are there in X week, X days, X hours, X minutes and X seconds, right? So the question is asking, okay, how many seconds are there? So he has given some weeks, some days, hours, minutes and second, and asking the answer in seconds. So don't get confused with this X, right? So let X is remain as it is, right? So X week, so in X weeks how many seconds will be there? So this will be X, right? And in 1 week there are 7 days, and in 1 day there are 24 hour, right? And in each hour there are 60 minutes, and in each minutes there are 60 seconds. So this is total seconds, right? Similarly, we will do for X days, right? So in X day, the answer will be X into, in 1 day there are 24 hours, 60 minutes, and each minutes there are 60 seconds, right? Similarly, we will do for X hours. So it will be X into 60 into 60, right? Similarly for X minute. So in X minute, there will be, in per minute there are 60 seconds. So it is also get converted into seconds. Now X seconds. So it will remain as it is, X, right? And we will to add them all, and this is our answer, right? So now there is a trick, like we can solve. We don't need to calculate all this. If we will see the options, like from here we can see, like this is at last, this is X will be common. So here it will become 1, right? So the unit digit, because here the unit digit will be in this will be 0, unit digit 0, 0, 0. But in this the unit digit will be 1. Right. So the answer will be from option B or D. Right. So this can't be the answer. Option C and A, because the unit digit is 0 here. Right. So if we will see from here, if we will multiply this, so if you will multiply, the answer will be 604800. I am writing directly, right? So you have to calculate it. If you will see, like, this is the answer of this one, so the answer will be near to this one, so the answer will be near to 60,000. So only this figure is near to 60,000, so this will be our answer, right? So option D is the answer, right? Otherwise you can calculate all these and add them all, right? Otherwise you can directly do with options. Okay, see, this is an easy question. We have to just convert everything into seconds and we have to add them, right? So I hope you got this right. So this is a question from series chapter asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2022. What is the value of x in the sequence? So this x we have to find, and this is the sequence they have given, right? So I am writing it here so that I can explain you in a better way, right? So if you see this series, by just seeing it, we are not able to identify like what the relation these terms are having, right? So normally the relationship are in the form of multiplication, division, right? Some addition or some minus, right? So see that first term is 2, second is 12, right? So what's the difference here? The difference of 10, right? Now what's the difference between second and third? What's the difference? 24 का difference आ रहा है, right? And now we will similarly find the difference of this term, right? So what's the difference? 44. Similarly we will find difference here, right? So this is the difference of 70, right? But still after getting this we are not able to identify because कोई similarity नहीं है, right? Because यहाँ पे देखिए 14 ऐड हो रहा है, right? 10 24 बन रहा है पर यहाँ पे 20 ऐड हो रहा है, right? तो ऐसा करते हैं, एक और डिफरेंस फाइंड आउट करते हैं, right? So what's the difference here? The difference here of 14, right? And the difference here is 20, right? And the difference here is 26, right? तो अगर आप अभी देखें, अभी हमें पैटर्न मिल रहा है कि जो डिफरेंस है यहाँ पे इस और इस टर्म्स में कितने का डिफरेंस है, 6 का. सिमिलरली यहाँ पे 6 का, राइट? सो वी गॉट द पैटर्न. सो नेक्स्ट टर्म में भी 6 का ही डिफरेंस होगा, राइट? सो नेक्स्ट टर्म कितनी होगी? 32. इफ दिस इज 32, राइट, तो ये वाली टर्म्स कितनी आएगी? वी विल ऐड दिस, राइट? सो दिस विल 70 प्लस 32, सो दिस विल बी 102, राइट? बिकॉज 102 में से 70 को माइनस करेंगे देन वी विल गेट 32, and this 102 is the difference between 150 and x, right? So the value of x will be what? The value of x will be the addition of these two, right? So this will be, x will be 150 plus 102. So this will be how much? This will be 252, right? So the value of x will be 252. So the answer is option B. So this is the answer, right? So it was easy question. सिर्फ स्टेप फॉर्मेट में हमें जाना है एंड डिफरेंस चेक करना है, राइट? सो इन दिस वे वी हैव टू डू इट. ओके, दिस इज a question of series asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022, right? So this question is asked in 2022. So this is the series they have given. What is the value of x? So we have to find this x, this value we have to find. So now we have to see the relationship. What's the relationship in this? So normally if you will see, the relationship are of simple relation. It will be either plus minus, it could be division, or it could be multiplication, right? So now what is happening? 20 is getting converted into 10, right? Then is 10 is remaining same, ये 10 same रहता है, फिर ये 15 में convert हो जा रहा है. So 20 से 10 बन गया. So what is happening? So we can say like, I am writing the series here again so that I get a space ताकि आप लोगों को अच्छे से एक्सप्लेन कर सकूं, राइट? सो दिस x वी हैव टू फाइंड. अब यहाँ से ये 10 हो जा रहा है तो हाफ हो रहा है, मतलब दिस नंबर इज गेटिंग हाफ, और वी कैन से 1/2 either I can write or I can write 0.5. So this number is getting multiplied with 0.5 is getting converted into 10. Now this 10 is remaining So what is happening? Multiplying it with 1. Now this 10 is getting converted into 15, right? So this was 0.5, we are multiplying with 1, so now it will be 1.5. So if 10 is multiplied with 1.5, this is 10. तो नाउ अब हमें समझ में आ गया है कि व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, मल्टीप्लिकेशन हो रहा है पॉइंट्स में, 0.5 से मल्टीप्लाई हुआ, फिर 1 से, मतलब पॉइंट पॉइंट के डिफरेंस पे बढ़ता जा रहा है और मल्टीप्लिकेशन हो रहा है. सो नाउ यहाँ पे हम 1.5 पे हो गए. नेक्स्ट क्या होगा, 0.5 ऐड कर दीजिए, सो दिस विल बी 2. इससे नेक्स्ट क्या होगा 2.5, एंड इससे नेक्स्ट क्या होगा 3. ये सब मल्टीप्लिकेशन हो रहा है, राइट? तो यहाँ तक हम पहुंच गए थे, यहाँ से आगे चेक करते हैं. 15 इंटू 2 30, ठीक है, 30 into 2.5, so this is 25, 3 is 75, right? So now 75 into 3, so this will be 225, right? So x will be 225, so the answer is option D, right? So this will be the answer. So this is a question of from chapter Speed, Time and Distance asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022. So this kind of questions are asked by UPSC frequently, so just focus on this question. X and Y run a 3 kilometer race along a circular course, right? So there is a circular course, right? So suppose this is a starting point, right? So this is starting point and X, Y are standing here, right? Circular course of length 300 meter. This is one round is how much? 300 meter, right? And the race is how much? 3 kilometer, 3 km. In 1 kilometer we have 1000 meter, so this will become 3 into 1000, so this will be 3000. So the race is 3000 meter, so how many round? So how many round will be there? In one round is 300 meters, so the number of round will be how much? Number of round will be 3000 upon 300, because one round is 300, so this will be 10 round, right? So X and Y will take how many round? 10 round to complete the race of 3 kilometer. Now their speed are in the ratio of, so their speed is given, the speed of X and Y are in the ratio of 3:2. If they start together in the same direction, so they are going in both in the same direction, right? How many times would the first one means X, pass the other, right? The start off is not counted as passing, right? So how many times they will meet or one pass the other in a race of 3 kilometer, right? So this is a question. Okay, so we know that speed is directly proportional to distance, right? If time is constant, right? So their distance will also be in the ratio of their speed, so this will be 3:2, right? Everybody's noted, right? So their distance will be in the ratio of 3:2. So what does it mean? It means when X will complete 3 round, right, in a same time Y will complete 2 round. 3 round completion means X is at starting point, right? X is at starting point, and 2 round completed by Y, it means Y is at starting point, right? So when X will complete 3 round, right, X will be here after 3 round and Y will also be here after taking 2 rounds. So X completed 3 round and Y completed 2 round, and they are meeting at starting point, right? Okay, so 3 round means how many kilometers? 3 into 300, because one round is 300 meter. So the X is covering 900 meter distance and the Y is covering 2 into 300 is equal to 600 meter, right? So X covering 900 meter, in the same time Y is covering 600 meter, right? So total how many round they have to take? 10 round. Total 10 round they have to take, and every third round they are meeting, right? So they are meeting at every third round. Suppose this one round, second round, third round, fourth, fifth, sixth, right? Seventh, eighth, 9 or 10. This is 10 round. So they are meeting at third round, and again they will meet at 6th round, and again they will meet at ninth round. So how many round they will take? 3 round, right? So how many times they will meet? 3 times, right? They are meeting at third round when X is covering third round and Y covered 2 round, and again they are meeting at 6 when X covered 6 round, right? And similarly when X cover 9 round. So how many times they will meet? They will meet 3 times. So the answer is option B. So this is the answer, right? It is easy question if you understand the concept, right? If you are able to understand the concept, it is very easy, right? So we will just divide 10 by 3, right? So it will come 3, right? So 3 round, 3 times they will meet, right? Because out of 10 round, in 3 round, when they complete 3 round, they meet. Okay. So I hope ये सबको समझ आ गया होगा. If you guys still have some problem, you can connect with us and I will explain you this question personally. So this is a question of percentage asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2022. Two candidates X and Y contested an election. 80% of the voters cast their vote and there was no invalid votes, right? So there are, suppose 100% voters are there, right? Total voters are 100%, right? So out of it, 80% are only voting, right? So how many population are voting? Not population, out of 80% total people voted and 20% didn't vote, right? So they have not voted, right? Now, out of these 80%, there is no invalid, vote, right? One more condition is given that there is no invalid votes and there was no nota. And out of these 80%, there is no one has chosen the nota option, right? So they have voted either for X or Y, right? ऐसा कोई नहीं है जिसने इन दोनों में से किसी थर्ड पर्सन के लिए वोट किया हो, थर्ड पर्सन भी नहीं है और ऐसा भी नहीं है कि किसी ने नोटा को प्रेस किया हो. नोटा का मतलब होता है कि ना हम एक्स को पसंद कर रहे हैं ना हम वाई को, सो नोटा का ऑप्शन यूज करते हैं, पर ऐसा भी कोई नहीं है, राइट? नाउ एक्स गॉट 50% ऑफ द वोट्स कास्ट. सो एक्स को कितने मिल रहे हैं? अब आउट ऑफ दीज 80%, राइट, 56%, 56% ऑफ टोटल वोट कास्ट, right? So this 50% of, now this is assuming this one as 100, right? क्योंकि how many votes are casted? This 80%, right? So this is a 56% of vote cast, right? So the other person will get how many? It will get 44%, 100 minus 56%, right? Now what is given? X. So X is getting 56% of the vote cast and won by 1440 votes, right? So he is winning by 1440 वोट से वो जीत रहा है, राइट? सो व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस हियर? द डिफरेंस हियर इज, we will minus it, like 56 minus 44, so this will be 12, right? So they have given that 12%, जो x है वो 12% वोट से जीत रहा है, राइट? जितने भी वोट कास्ट हुए हैं, ठीक है, उसका जो 12% है उससे वो जीत रहा है. एंड व्हाट इज गिवन? दैट 12% ऑफ टोटल वोट कास्टेड, right, is equal to, they have given like 1440, right? So this will be 12% of total vote casted, right? So this will go this side, we will can write it like this, right? And this will be 1440. Okay, so this 12 will cut this one, right? One time, then 2 and then 0. So total vote casted is 12,000, right? So total vote casted are how many? 80%. So this is 80% of total votes available. टोटल वोट्स अवेलेबल की 80% लोगों ने ही क्योंकि वोट किया था, राइट? सो दिस 12,000 इज इक्वल टू टोटल 80% of total vote available, right? So total vote available will be how much? It will be 12,000 into 100 upon 80, right? So we will cut this with 2, this will be 5 and this will be 4, and 4 will cut this one, right? Then total votes available will be 5 into 3, 15,000, right? So what the question is asking? The question is asking what is the total number of voters in the voter list. So total voters in the voter list are 15,000, and how many are voted? 12,000, right? So the answer of this question will be option A, right? So what is the answer? Answer is option A. See, we can do this through other method also, right? Let me tell you that also. I am removing this. Now let's assume that total number of votes are 1000, right? See, in percentage question we normally take 100, 1000 in a multiple of 100, right? Because the calculation is easy. Okay, because here 2 times we have to take percentage, that's why I am taking 1000. Now they have given that out of these 1000, how many people are voting? They are going for, how many people cast their vote? 80%, right? And 20% are not voting. So 80% of 1000 will be 800, right? So these people casted their vote. Now out of these 800, there is no nota, so no votes is getting cancelled, right? Because they have given, there was no invalid vote and there was no nota, right? So the vote is going either to X or Y, right? So how much the X is getting? X is getting 56%, 56% of 800. So it will be 56% of 800, right? So this will be how much? This will be 448, right? And the other person Y will get how much? The Y will get 44%, because 56% X is getting, so the remaining vote Y will get. So the remaining vote are 44%. 44% of 800 will get, Y will get, right? So this will be 44% of 800. So this will be how much? This will be 352, right? Now what is the difference here? The difference here is of 96 vote, right? But in the question this is given that he is winning by 1440 वोट से जीत रहा है, right? So the 96 unit of votes are equal to how much? 1440. So 1 unit of vote will be equal to, this is a unitary method I am using, right? So this will be 1440 upon 96, right? So this will come out 15 votes, right? So one unit of vote we consider is equal to 15 votes. So we consider how much votes? We consider initially 1000 votes, but we know that one vote is equal to 15 votes, right? So total will be 15,000. So the answer is option A. So this is the answer, right? So the answer of this question is option A, right? I hope ये आप सबको समझ आ गया होगा. If you guys still have some issues, so you can connect with us and I will explain you this question personally again. This is a question from permutation and combination chapter asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022. This one is important, right? This one non-zero, right, digit and one vowel and one consonant from English alphabet are to be used in forming password, such that each password has to be start with a vowel. So there will be one digit, one vowel and one consonant, right? And the password will start with vowel, so the vowel will come, and end with a consonant. How many such password can be generated? And in the middle what will come? In the digit will come, because in the password there should be three things. One non-zero digit. So non-zero digit are how many? From 1 to 9. So there can be 9 possibility, right? And one vowel. So how many vowels we have in alphabet? If you remember, we have 5 vowels: A, E, I, O, U. These are vowels, right? And how many consonant? Consonant are alphabet में से अगर हम vowels को निकाल देते हैं तो क्या बचता है? Consonant. So total we have 26 alphabet. ठीक है, उनमें से 5 vowels को निकाल देंगे. So how many consonant we are having? We are having 25. 26 minus 5 means 21 consonant, right? So these are consonant. Okay, so vowels can be 5. So total possibilities are 5. right? And the consonant are 21. Okay, so how many password can we generate? So this is simply multiplication, right? Right, for each vowels there will be 9 digit possible, and for each 9 digit 21 consonants are possible, right? So how we will find? So total password can be generated are equal to 5 into 9 into 21, right? बस इसको calculate करना है and this is the answer, right? So what will be the answer? This will be 5 into 189, right? You will multiply it. So this will be equal to 5 9s are 45, right? 5 8s are 40 plus 4, 44. 5 into 1 5 plus 4. So this is 9. So total password can be generated at 945. So the answer is option C. So this is the answer, right? So let's see these questions. This is a questions asked by the UPSC in CSAT exam in 2022, right? And many student was not able to solve it in the exam, and many of the student marked a wrong answer. So today we will see how we can solve it. So in math, what we have to do? We have to write whatever is written, right? We have to convert it. Here in the CSAT paper, the language is given, right? And we have to convert that language into equations, or in a mathematical sense we have to make. Okay, so we have to convert this language into a mathematical equations. So how we will do it? When 70% of a number x, 70% percent, I told you like what we have to do, 70 by 100 of a number x is added to another number. Another number is what? Y. The sum becomes, the sum of these number becomes 165%. We are removing the percent sign and we are converted into fraction, right, of the value of y. So it will become 70x plus 100y is equal to 165y. When we will solve this further, it will become 70x is 100y will go this side, right? So it will become 165y minus 100y. So it will become 70x is equal to 65y. Now we will write it as x upon y is equal to 65 upon 70. Now we can divide this number by 5, right? So it will be 13 by 40. Now we will read the other part. When 60% of the number of x, 60% of x is added to another number, is added to another number, what? Z. Then the sum becomes, the sum is becoming 165% of the value of Z. Now we will solve this equation, right? So it will become 60x plus 100z is equal to 165z. So it will be 60x. We will move 100z into right hand side and then we will minus it, then it will become 65z. Then x upon z will become 65 upon 60. We can cut them through 5, right? So it will become 13 by 12. Now we know from our learning from ratios, if suppose numbers are given x, y, z. Here what is giving? X was 13 and y was 14, and here x is 13 and z is 12. Because these both number x are 13, so we can, y will be what? So y will be here 14, right? So it will become like this. Okay, so now here we can see the largest number is 14, which is y, and the smallest is z, right? So from here we can see like y is greatest and then x and the smallest is z. So this will be our answer. This is option A, right? So option A is our answer. So this is a question from permutation and combination chapter asked by UPSC in CSAT paper of 2022. What is the number of numbers of the form 0.xy where x and y are distinct? This is important. So x and y are distinct. Okay, non-zero digit, right? So what this question is saying, right? Because I have seen many student was not able to identify that this question is from permutation and combination chapter. So this question is saying कि 0.xy फॉर्म के कितने नंबर फॉर्म हो सकते हैं, राइट? सो द पॉसिबिलिटीज आर लाइक 19, 0.27, it could be anything, right? But these digits should be different and this should not be 0. Like there is no possibility of like writing like this 0.09. This is not possible, right? Because non-zero digit we have to select, right? So there are two places, x and y. So in x, how many digits can come? We have digits from 1 to 9. 0 we cannot consider, right? Because this is non-zero digit, this is given. Okay, so total out of 9 any digit can come, right? So the possibilities are 9, right? और y पे कितने digit आ सकते हैं? Because out of these 9, 1 we have already used, right? And we have to select. There should be no repetition because in the question this is given, this is distinct digit, like different digit. So already 1 digit we used here. So the remaining 8 digit, out of 8 digit any digit can come, right? So this will be 8 here, right? So the answer will be 9 into 8. So total how many possibilities are there? 72. So the answer is 72, right? So the answer is option A. See, this is very easy question, but the challenge is to find out that this is from this chapter, permutation and combination, right? So that's why in every question, first of all, I inform you about, okay, this question is from which chapter, right? Because if you are able to identify that, okay, this question is from that particular chapter, then your 50% chances of solving of questions are over, right? So this is a question of from chapter blood relation. So this is a reasoning question from chapter blood relation asked by UPSC in their CSAT paper of 2022, right? So whenever we see the blood relation question, we should remember that this circle will represent female, right? This rectangle will represent male. This equal sign will denote the relationship of husband and wife. So this relationship will be of spouse, right? This horizontal line will denote siblings, right? And this vertical line will denote son and daughter of, right? So now P, Q, R, S, T and U are 6 members of a family, right? R is the spouse of Q. So what's the relationship between R and Q? They are related with their spouse of each other. We don't know, हमें ये नहीं पता है कि R का कौन सा जेंडर है और Q का कौन सा जेंडर है, राइट? कि इनमें से फीमेल कौन है और मेल कौन है. We just know they are spouse. U is the mother of T. So U is the mother. So U is female. U is the mother of T. T का जेंडर हमें नहीं पता है, right? Now S is the daughter of U. Now we know S is also a daughter of S is a daughter of T or U, right? So T and S are siblings. Okay. Now P's daughter is T. Now P's daughter, T is a daughter, right? And daughter of P. And U is also a parent of T. So this they will be related with spouse. So P is a male, right? So this will be this kind of relation because P's daughter is T. Now R's son is P. Now this P and R are related with this in this way, right? Because P is the son of R. So there are two couples. So there are two couple, first or second in the family. Which one of the following is correct? So Q is the grandfather of T. T is here. So Q is grand, but we don't know the gender of Q. So Q can be grandmother or grandfather, right? So option A is wrong. Option B, Q is the grandmother. We don't know the gender of Q. R is the mother of P. We don't know the gender of R also. So option C is also wrong. Now the remaining option is D. So D will be the answer. Let's check it. T is the granddaughter. T is granddaughter because we know the gender of T. T is female, so a granddaughter of whose Q. So this is right. So option D is right. So the answer is option B.